Hello and welcome to D-MANTV. I'm your host D-Man, your channel here for all things football related, mainly Newcastle, but we touch on other clubs and other football related matters as well. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I'm joined today. This is my first live stream. I'm joined today by my brother Scants. How you doing, my friend?
Yeah, I'm good. International break's a bit boring, but I'm flying out tomorrow, so I suppose a couple of days away before the big stuff starts again with the Champions League, innit?
Yeah, you're good. You're good. You're good. It's at least you can get a little break. We've got to sit here and suffer through the nonsense. I think I don't even know who England are playing. Is it Andorra? Is it I don't know. Is it I don't know who it is.
I
Who's
don't even
England
know.
playing?
I don't even know. I didn't even check. I think the only game I'm probably going to look out for, sorry to say, is Isak's game on Friday. See
Right.
how he
Okay.
does.
Yeah. We'll get to him. We'll get to him. But yeah, listen. Overall, we're going to talk about the transfer window now that it's closed, and how it affects the Premier League predictions. You know, the winners and losers of the window. But yeah, overall thoughts on the window. Was it? Do you think it was one of the most entertaining? Were you entertained yourself? How do you feel about it?
I think it was a good window for entertainment wise. I'm used to Liverpool. I'm not used to Liverpool spending this sort of money, innit? So it came with a surprise. You get what I mean? Because
Yeah,
normally we're sort of conservative. We normally our sweet spots like the 30 to 40 million players, and they turn into superstars. You get what I mean? Like obviously you look at Salah, Mane, Van Dijk, those sort of players down the years where you didn't really expect them to be brilliant players, and Klopp turned them into superstars. And then you go this window and you're going for Verts, you're trying to get obviously Isak, and you're like, wow, what's going on here? you're in shock. So that surprised me. And then yeah, it was sort of a slow window if you look at it really and truly. Because I think because of the World Cup,
yeah.
a lot of the teams sort of got their business done early. So those sort of teams that you normally associate with like doing deals through the window, they sort of tried to get their business done in 10 days. So like obviously Man United, Chelsea, you didn't really hear of them,
Too
and
much.
like Real Madrid too much during the normal chaos of the summer window. So that's what it was sort of surprising. And then obviously you look at Sunderland, like your noisy neighbours, you probably like to call them.
I
They
don't know
went
what they're playing
they
at.
went crazy. Like where did they what? They must have signed about what 11 players at least.
Boy, I don't know what they're playing at. Big up D Dubs in the building.
Big
Big
up.
up yourself, my friend. Um, yeah, listen, we'll get to Sunderland as well, but you lot surprised me because obviously the whole Isak thing, but it's like you lot have finally woke up and thought, you know what, we've had enough. We've got the money to spend. We're here to. It's like you don't want to dominate. You're trying to build to build a dynasty. Like you've seen City do it. We all know what Man United did in the past, and that big up Catch as well. But yeah, big up Cav as well. Red Pitch Podcast, Scants' co-host. Yeah. But yeah, listen. Do you think you lot are capable? We'll get to the nitty gritty of you lot thing, but do you think the business that you've done, do you think you're capable of doing or even eclipsing what like a Man City did? You know, the 4P, the treble. Do you think that's you're capable of doing that with the squad that you've got now?
Not I wouldn't say this season, because you look at when Man City did their 4P. They were together for what, 2-3 seasons before they actually did that.
Yeah.
So you're looking at obviously the money we spent now, the team we got now. People are going to say, oh yeah, you should go and do it, but they haven't played together to say, yeah, they're ready for it. Because if you look at some of the reports today, Salah's basically saying, we brought in these players, but I'm not used to playing them yet. So he's not used to the runs that Etitike does and stuff like that. He's not used to Salah's runs. You know what I mean? There's no telepathic sort of link at the moment. So to come out and say, yeah, we should be going to do this and that, it don't happen overnight. You get what I mean?
It don't happen overnight. Yeah.
Look at Liverpool last season. No one expected us to be where we were, but because of that team playing together for 4 seasons, Slot's little tweaks is nothing major. You get what I mean? Because they played together. You get what I mean? Whereas you're introducing 3-4 players into the team and expecting us to hit the ground running. Look, we've got 9 points this season. Which one of them games would you say we dominated?
True. I hear you. And it's interesting because obviously Cash is in the building. It's interesting he's an Arsenal fan. But it's an interesting thing about who's under more pressure to win it, you lot or them, because they've had a good window as well, which we'll talk on as well. And people, especially their fan base, are saying, listen, Arteta must. He has to deliver. So
he has to.
Someone's going to fail.
Yeah, no, we're going to be under the pressure because of the money we spent. But they're under pressure because Arteta is in phase 7, phase 8. He's got all the players he wants. He's got his striker now. He's got his midfielder in Eze. You get what I mean? He's got his backup for every single position across the team. You get what I mean? I'm seeing they got 2 teams.
Well, they got 2 teams, but if you think about, obviously they've addressed the striker. In fact, we'll get to Arsenal in it. We'll get to Arsenal because there's a lot to talk about with them. But listen, I'm a Newcastle fan, so we have to talk about Newcastle. I'm going to give my thoughts on it after, but your overall thoughts on the business that Newcastle done, given how the window started for them and how it finished. What's your thoughts on it?
I think towards the end of the window, you can't complain, man. I think you've addressed a few areas. Like you said to me, like we chatted offline and stuff. You said you wanted another goalkeeper. You've got in Ramsey. You said you wanted another centre back. You've got another centre back. You said you wanted another midfielder. You've got that in Ramsey, and you got the 2 strikers you want. You still got Osler there. I know he nearly got sold at the end of the window, but it's still another body at the end of the day. And I think you've near enough got cover for every single position. Do I think it's enough for the league campaign? Yes. Do I think it's enough for the Champions League and cups? No. I think you may have to sacrifice 1 or 2 of them to have a strong course in the league season. I don't think you're probably capable enough to have a good run in, say, 2 or 3 competitions. I don't think you've got the squad for that, because you've seen in your first 3 games you got 2-3 injuries.
Yeah, we're being stretched already.
That's what I'm saying.
I think Catch said, big up Catch as well. Check out his podcast, the Catch Up as well. You know, they're very consistent. You know, some great content that they put out daily. He said, he's talking about Ramsdale. Ramsdale can't concentrate. He needs to shout. Listen, I'm not Ramsdale's biggest fan. Yeah, I call him Mr. Erratic, innit? Yeah, we know he lacks concentration. I think he come out with that quote that he can't concentrate for 90 minutes, which is nonsense as a goalkeeper. Even if you think it, you don't say it. You don't say it. But do I think he's an upgrade on Pope? In some ways, yeah, because he's better with his feet. You know, he can change the way that Newcastle build from the back, and there's no panic once the ball gets played to feet. You know what I mean? So in that respect, it's I say it could be seen as an upgrade. Big up Angry Man in the building said, you know, Newcastle ain't won a match since May the 11th. Listen, there's no need to shout that out. Listen, we know, Newcastle fans know, we're not panicking just yet. But let's talk about some of the other signings, right? So Elanga, yeah, because he was the first one through the door. 55 million. We were after him. Well, we made a late bid for him in January. Do you see that as a good buy, or have we overpaid?
For his age and what he did last season, I don't think so. The market's is screwed, man. Like, come on now. Like, you paid 55 million for Vissa with a year left, and he's 29 years old.
Yeah,
you get what I mean. It's just the market. The market these days, man. Everything's gone up. Look at what was Ipswich guy went to what's it called?
Oh, the young
Forest. Is it Hutchinson?
Yeah, Amari Hutchinson. Yeah.
30, what was it 37.5 million?
That's madness.
What did he do last season to go for that sort of price? You get what I mean? It's the market. Like, regardless of what anyone says, all players nowadays are overpriced. But that's just the market it is. So saying that he's not worth 55 million is not thinking. He's got 15 league goals last season in the league.
Who?
Not league goals, sorry, 15 assists or something like that.
Oh, yeah. About 11 assists and 6 goals or something like that.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. So that's a brilliant return. If he's getting that to you, I think he'll get that. At Newcastle, I think it was his speed. Your team's built for it. You get what I mean? Your team's built from the tactics that Eddie Howe employs. Like look at Murphy last season. What was it?
True.
19 GA last season.
Yeah, the link up with the Isak was crazy, but
That's what I'm saying.
I think he'll do well.
Mm.
A lot of Newcastle fans are on the fence about it because they're saying that, you know, he played in a Nottingham Forest team that was built for counter-attacking. And yeah, we can play to that style, but we need someone who's gonna, you know, when we face in a low block, can he beat a man? Can he, you know, can he do something different? And he hasn't started great. You know, I think he was okay against Aston Villa, but he's coming for a bit of criticism. But I think it takes a while to get used to Eddie Howe's tactics and the way he plays anyway. Exactly. Yeah, so but I believe he will come good. I believe he'll come good. You've got we just touched on Ramsdale, but you've got the likes of Jacob Ramsey and Malik Chow.
Yeah.
What do you think of those two signings?
Malik Chow looked really good when he came on against Liverpool. That's probably the first time I've actually seen him play. Obviously, I saw him play against us last year in the Champions League. I think he played against Liverpool. In the Champions League, he was good, but he looked cool and composed, man. And when he came on in that game, you know, down to 10 men, man, he's just stepped on the ball, good passes into midfield. I think it looks like a good signing, man. It's just, again, it's Eddie Howe trusted him. You get what I mean? Because how he takes his time before he actually lets players into his squad. You get what I mean? So how
we might not see him till December, mate.
This is what I'm saying. But I think it was a good side. And Ramsey, I've always liked Ramsey from the time Gerrard brought him into the Aston Villa squad. I've liked him from then. He's a good tidy little player, man. Obviously for Villa he played more left wing, but I think Gerrard liked him centrally. So I think he'll be good for the low block teams. If you're playing like one up front, he'll be like in and around the 6-yard box, looking for them through balls. He got a good shot at him as well. So I think that's a good signing.
Yeah, he did say he does like to play in the pockets and that, dropping, you know, find it in the space and that. And like I said, when he first came on the scene, he was one of the hottest prospects in English football. You know what I mean?
I'm saying.
Obviously, his injury record since then, you know, isn't the greatest, and that's the worry. But if he can stay fit, the beauty is that we don't have to rely on him every game because we know what our midfield can do anyway. But for particular games, he might be more suited to it. And I think he did well when he played against Leeds for the time he was on the pitch. I thought he looked quite lively. So
yeah, until he got the injury, and he got that ankle injury, didn't he?
Yeah, nasty challenge that he faced.
Yeah, it was.
It's an angry man. Angry man's on my case. Listen, the language going Voldemort, you know, that ain't scaring nobody. All right, we'll see it. We'll see. But yeah, let's talk about the other signings. So we've got Voldemada and Voltamada, should I say, and Vissa. So let's talk about Big Nick. Yeah, do you know much about him?
I saw him during the under 21s European Championship, man. Good player, man. Reminds me of, you know what it is? He doesn't. I said this before. He reminds me of Crouch, not because of his playing style, but because of a big man got good feet for a big man.
Yeah,
you get what I mean. He's tidy. Bayern Munich are after him, so Bayern Munich ain't looking for those scrub. So if Bayern Munich are trying to buy him,
free bids.
You know, that's what I'm saying. So you know he's a good player.
I heard. I talked to a Liverpool fan today, and he said that Liverpool, one of the clubs that were made an inquiry about him, like beginning of the last season, hit them, Chelsea, I think even Real Madrid or something like that. So he's got caliber. Obviously, I don't know too much about him. I saw him in the under 21s. And
top goal scorer. He was a top goal scorer in that, wasn't he?
Yeah, exactly. And like most Newcastle fans, we're watching a lot of compilations about him, watching podcasts about him. And like I say, he's got that Peter Crouch feel about him, but he's good with his feet.
Yeah.
And he could be the key for breaking down the low blocks because he likes to play the 10, drop deep, link up play and stuff like that. So, I think once he settles, he will be a good purchase, similar age when we bought Isak, and that was touted as not a waste of money, but we overpaid for him, and we could talk about him later, but we know what happened there. But like it's good that he doesn't need to come in and be complete under pressure straight away to hit the ground running, because we've now got Yohan Wissa through the door, who I'm personally happy with. I think he's a quality striker, but obviously just turned 29 today, so happy birthday to him. 55 million again, 50 plus 5.
Yeah.
Thoughts on that one?
Proven, mate. 19 goals last year. No, was it non-penalties as well, weren't they?
Yeah.
Because Mbeumo was a penalty taker, weren't he?
Yeah, that's it. That's
So
it.
to get 19 goals in the Premier League, man, in the Brentford team that struggled, that's a good signing for me. That's a good
I think
signing.
it's a very, very good signing. He's taken the number 9 shirt, yeah. So, you know, he's had the message from the welcome message from Papi Cisse. He looks ecstatic to be here. You know what I mean? So I think he'll do well. And
So do I.
He's not showing any signs of slowing down, in it. People talk about his age and whatnot, but you know, we can get a good 3 years out of him. You know what I mean? Maybe more. You never know.
But 29 is not. But nowadays, 29 is not old.
Well, this
get
is it.
I mean? They look after themselves so well. Like nowadays, like 29 is not old nowadays. You get what I mean? You're looking at what slowing down probably in your late 30s.
That's it. That's it. Big up Waffle in the building. Check out his content as well. Every morning, Waffle. The Fitness Brothers on. Yeah, Waffle on TV and that. Angry Man said, "Demon, I think you guys should have got Mateta. He'd be perfect for you guys." Listen, I'm a Palace season ticket holder, innit? So I go to the Palace game. So I see Mateta every other week. And a couple seasons ago, this guy was a bum. Yeah, he was awful. And credit to him, you know what I mean? He's turned it around and he's one of the better strikers in the Premier League. So not letting him go. You know what I mean? They've let Eze go. We see what happened with the Gahey saga. They don't like Newcastle. Like he wouldn't come. But I do rate him. I do rate him a lot more than I did. But I'm happy with what we've got at the moment. Big up Menace in the building. He said Voldemort was art. Who does he look up to? And he said Havertz. He said Newcastle are cooked. Listen, I think he was just on the spot in it. Like he said, who's the greatest German player of all time or something? Or your idol or something like that. He said Kai Havertz. But I'm like, nah. That one that one threw me a little bit. Angry Man said Wissa is top. He can play left too. Very true. Menace agrees. Said Wissa is class. Yeah, he taking him as backup at Liverpool.
Yeah, he's a quality striker, man.
And he showed it like Angry Man said. Listen, he woke up at 2 a.m. and drove to Newcastle. He was waiting for the green light so he could do medal. But how you wait so long for the green light and then you forget to sign a form? Yeah?
I know. Madness.
Come on, man. Big up Cam said, I need that Palace v Arsenal ticket. Boy. You know what? Every time Arsenal seem to play Palace, I give the ticket away or I miss it for some reason. I don't know. So you might be in luck in it. You might be in luck. But yeah, man. The overall window that we've had, given to the fact that we were rejected by so many people early on in the camp in the window. And we didn't have a sporting director. We still don't. I have to give some credit to what they've done since. The likes of Andy Howe, Steve Nixon, maybe Eddie Howe as well.
Yeah,
they've managed to turn it around with the challenging circumstances as well, with Isak and that. You know what? Maybe they deserve a bit of credit. And better of all, they seem to be better at selling as well. We got rid of Longstaff.
Yeah,
Wilson's off the books. Lloyd Kelly, Almiron, they're off the books as well. So, Dubravka's gone. Maybe we're turning the tide because we all know Paul Mitchell would talk about the transfer strategy was not fit for purpose, as my 90s Maz co-host Jefferson liked to remind me. But maybe this is a change, and I expect to get a new sporting director and a CEO in the next couple of weeks, and we'll see. Many said, "What about Jamal Lascelles? He's still knocking around. He's not in the Champions League squad, but he's still there. So he's still back up in the Premier League. He's still got something to offer. I think he's still club captain.
That's what I was about to ask you. That's what I was about to ask you if he's still club captain.
Yeah. But smash the like, people.
I met him in Barbados about 3-4 years ago. I think he was over there with his family, his mum and his brother.
Yeah.
Cool guy, man. Yeah. Cool guy, man.
Okay. But like I said, smash the likes, subscribe, tell a friend and that, help the channel grow. Keep them coming, keep the comments coming as well. Cav said, do you think that what Wilson said about Isak is true? Well, we might as well get onto Isak now. Before we get onto the rest of Liverpool's window. Listen, for those who don't know, I ain't got the quote to hand, but Wilson apparently was talking about that. Long story short, that Isak basically down tools towards the end of the season, and Wilson was getting frustrated because he wasn't putting the effort in the training, but he was still getting played. And Eddie Howe was saying that they would turn on him if he didn't select him, and that's why Wilson got pissed off and he left. Now, who they is it the board? Is it the fans? I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's caused a stir in social media because they're now questioning Isak's, credibility. The fact that he was missing shots toward the end of the season. Was he doing it on purpose? Because if he didn't qualify for the Champions League, it would be easy for him to leave. I don't really believe that, if I'm honest.
No.
I don't think he was fully fit. But even if it was subconscious, you know what I mean? He probably was in a mood in that. But if he scored the penalty that basically secured our Champions League qualification against Brighton. So I'm not really buying that. But man, it's Wilson better mind bar not fix his business. Did you see that?
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I was about to say to you. How can he be talking like that when he's probably thinking, I'll get a second goal bonus see if I tap this one off Bowen, man? That was disrespectful.
Almost unforgivable, bro.
Bro, when we go in the change room, I'm fisting him up. He's getting punched up in the change room, man. Bro, that's goal of the season right there for Bowen.
I'm telling you,
that's goal of the season. Took it off him.
Man. Nah,
you're getting beaten up in the change room. I'm sorry, man.
Angry Man said Isak has had a summer from hell. Bro looks so mager during his Liverpool video. Bless him.
It's true, though, man.
Star with him. but listen, with Isak now, listen, I have to give you credit because you were saying all summer long that a bid would come in. You thought he would go, and you said 130 million. So they call you Scanstodramas, bro. You see that you're the psychic out here. But can you understand why Newcastle fans are so pissed at him?
Yeah.
Or is it because I've said on pod that you've been on as well that and it's coming out now with the whole Gay thing. If Isak played Mr. Goody Two Shoes, it would be hard for him to get this move. Yeah. But saying that, what are your thoughts on how he's behaved and how Newcastle fans are reacted, even till now?
No, they've got every right to behave like this because any other club would do the exact same. You've heard me say it on pods. You've been on pods with me when I said I don't agree how he acted. I don't. It's wrong at the end of the day. Downing tools and to get your move is wrong. He's not the first player who's done it this summer. We've seen 2 other players do it and they got their move. And like you said, he didn't do it and he's stuck at Palace. And all I can say to that is Glasner, keep the same energy because if Man United come calling in a month or a month and a half time, do not go to him. Stay there for the whole season like you basically made Gahey do. That's all I say. That's all I'm going to say, no matter when it comes to Gahey. That's true. But what did this do for football in general? Because a lot of people are saying before the move was confirmed, they were saying, look, Newcastle need to stand strong here because this would send a clear message. Not only can the big 6 not bully clubs, but also player power. Yeah. Because now that he's gone, with 3 years left on his contract, the way that he's behaved, he's got his move. Yeah. Is that going to be a ripple effect for how players behave moving forward? It's hard though because there's 2 sides to it. Because people it can cause a ripple effect, but then again, if a club doesn't want to play it no more, what do? He's got 3 years left. They stick him in the reserve. We don't want you training with no more. Right. So people are happy, but exactly, fans and broadcasters and journalists they're happy to report that. They don't cause a big fuss about that. They don't kick up a big stink. They just say, "Oh well, the club don't want him no more." Isak, again, I don't condone what he's done. He's kicked up a fuss, but everyone's screaming and moaning, saying he shouldn't have done it. So keep that same energy when a club decides, I don't want this player no more, you're going to go right in the reserves. You've seen it with Man United all summer. Jordan Sancho, Rashford, what's his name, gone to Chelsea.
Who's that?
The one's gone Chelsea, the winger. Garnacho,
yeah.
Remember, none of them went to pre-season. None of them were training with the first team. All basically, you sit there, we don't want you no more. Chelsea, Raheem Sterling, Jackson nearly got called
even
back.
Even Man United to Højlund as well.
Højlund.
They forced him to, you know what I mean?
Højlund, they didn't want Højlund no more. You get what I mean? So every team's done it with players that they don't want. They cast them aside. So
it's true.
Why is it okay for the club to do that? But then when a player kicks up a stink, it's, you've got 3 years. You shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah.
And it's this big verbal agreement stuff that basically 3 players have had a verbal agreement. Apparently, I'm not going to say it's definite. Isaac had a verbal agreement. Vissa had a verbal agreement. The Gyökeres had a verbal agreement. You get what I mean? So those 3 players had a verbal agreement, but because it's not written down, it's there was against theirs, isn't it? So
yeah, Menace is saying players supposed to stay loyal no matter what. When if you're not in the favor of the club, they will drop you like a dog, like dog shit. So
exactly.
players are waking up, and it's true. But on the flip side, given the fact that of Isak's behavior, Vissa has pretty much done the same.
Yeah.
So Newcastle fans should be, and to be fair, a lot of them, most of them are keeping the same energy. They're saying they don't condone what Vissa's doing, or what he's done to get the move. Obviously, they're happy that he's here, but it's almost the same thing. You know, the only difference is that one's a verbal agreement, one he's saying one's written down. It's a written agreement, but there's 3 sides to every story in it. There's one side that the outside, and then there's a truth in it. So, and we will never be privy to behind closed doors what was said, what was agreed upon. So Isak will think that he's justified in his behavior. The club will think that they're justified in how they've acted. But listen, at the end of the day, the club's got the 125 million. Isak's got his move. Has anybody really lost out? Time will tell. You know what I mean?
But if you think about it, if Isak did do what he did and he stayed, Newcastle probably got 6 points, maybe out of the 3 games.
True.
Out of them, so you got 6 points. You think Newcastle gonna let him go?
Yeah, I suppose you make. Yeah, that's true.
You get what I mean, bro.
But then also, it could be the club's fault in the way they've handled it, because they could have sold him before, got a striker in before, ready for pre-season to start.
This is what I'm saying. So
you know,
it goes in roundabouts. You get what I mean? You sold him earlier, had the strikers in earlier. You could have more points on the board. If you kept him, he got 6 points out of them 3 games. Newcastle go, now we can't afford to let you go. You look what you've done. You scored these 2. You get what I mean? Like I said, look at Gahey. Gahey in medical done, waiting in Liverpool tracksuit, waiting for the signature. Glasner's kicked up a stink and said,
"Goodbye videos," you know. Jeez.
That's what I'm saying. He kicked up a stink saying, if he goes, I walk. But at the end of the day, if I'm Steve Parish, I'm like, well, then walk then, because you've got a year left on your contract, and I know you ain't signing a new one.
Exactly.
You get what I mean?
But
everyone's gonna come in. Look, if you think about it, Crystal Palace are basically on fire at the moment. So what's it called? Jose Mourinho's been sacked. Ten Hag's been sacked, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's been sacked.
Yeah.
So what's it called? Like Crystal Palace are primed for someone to take over. They're in the Conference League.
Yeah.
They've got a solid squad. A lot of managers will walk into that position. You get what I mean? Regardless of Glasner's going. Yes, he's done brilliantly for the last 2 years. But if I'm Steve Parish, I'm saying to him, are you going to sign a contract extension?
That's it. Yes or no, isn't it?
Yes or no. If he goes to me, no, I said, well, Gahey, go. Because Liverpool come back from in January, they're getting him for 15, 20 million max. And if they don't get him in January, you're getting him for free.
Look at this. D-Man has a seat ticket at Palace. He's going to watch Jose in 2026. Listen, I don't want to see Jose managing any club that I go to watch. Mainly, first of all, don't come anywhere near Newcastle. Yeah. And secondly, don't touch Palace. Yeah. Go anywhere else. Yeah. Take your controversy, you know, your press conferences, but you know, your bad behavior. Take that elsewhere. I'm not having you burn my club to the ground. No, thank you. No, thank you. But before we touch on your club, like, what would you rate Newcastle's transfer business out of 10?
I'll say 7.5, man. Considering where it was at the beginning of the window, I'll say it's a solid 7.5. Like I said, all the positions that you were chatting about, me and you were chatting about offline and in the group chat, they've all been filled. Every single one of them. Let's be honest. You said goalkeeper, centre back, and a midfielder, and right winger, and they've all come in. You get what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, we can't really complain. I'd give it a 7.5. I think the only thing we were missing was a creative midfielder, but with the likes of Voldemada and Ramsey, I think we can kind of get by for a season, or maybe up until January, who knows. But yeah, I think that would have made it a solid 8.5, but or 8.5, 9. But no, 7.5 I think is good. But obviously, our Isak, you know, our loss is you lot's game. So let's talk about your window. First, did you really need him? But what does he bring? What do you think he's gonna bring? Like, obviously goals and that. But
so the first question: do we need him? Yes, I think we do need him because obviously Diaz is gone, Nunes is gone, and God bless his soul, Jota's gone, isn't it? So realistically, you need 2 strikers. That's Slot's thing. He likes 2 players for every position. So realistically, if Jota was still here, I don't think we would have got Etitike and Isak. You said it yourself. Isak can't play every game. So obviously, a lot of fans are saying, "Oh, you've got both of them. How are they both going to play?" There could be some games where Etitike plays on the left and Isak plays through the middle, but realistically, Isak can't play every single game. Same with Etitike. You've seen the first 3 games, Etitike is not up to speed. Yeah. After 60, 70 minutes, he's blowing. He's admitted himself. He said the league's quick for him. He's not fully fit. He didn't play the whole of pre-season with us. So we need both of them. So what he's going to bring to us, he's a killer in front of goal. Let's not have no doubts about it. He scored what, 20, is it 20, 21, 23 league goals last year?
Yeah.
The guy's a killer thing. And look, let's have it real. The only striker in this league who's troubled the 2 best defense of the league last year was Isak.
Yeah,
he troubled our defense, and he troubled what's it called, Arsenal defense, Saliba and Gabriel. Gave them nightmares, both defenses. Let's have it real. So if he's doing it to the 2 best defenses, what's he going to do to the rest of the league?
Yeah, and you know what? I'm watching a compilation of him today about him bodying defenders basically, and it is scary what he could actually do at you lot, because obviously Newcastle don't control possession. They don't control, and the amount, yes, we create chances, but not the amount of chances that Liverpool are going to create. And he could hit Haaland numbers. Haaland numbers if he stays fit, you know, because he will be a number 1 striker. It's actually scary how many goals he's going to do. He's going to score in the league and the Champions League. I think he's going to absolutely dominate them. But with him in the team now, what's your first choice front line?
It's probably going to be Gakpo, Isak, and Salah for me, and Wirtz in the 10.
Right, okay. And we'll speak about Wirtz coming up in a minute. Big up, Angry Man said, Man City had Jesus and Aguero, Arsenal had Alba and Laka, who they spent 50 M's on. Don't tell me LFC don't need both. Fair enough. We've got my brother in there. He said, lesson to all players. They know exactly what you want, and don't be gay about it. Shut up, bro. Yeah. But no, big up anyway. But yeah, listen, you broke the British transfer record on Isak. Before that, you broke the British transfer record on Wirtz.
Yeah.
I know you were proper happy about the signing. You know, you beat Bayern Munich to it, and you know, like you said, Bayern cherry picked the hottest German talents. Yeah. And you know, he's chosen you over them. What's your thoughts on the signing itself and how he started the season?
So for me, it's a brilliant signing because, like I was saying, it gives Liverpool another weapon. It gives people not double teaming Salah. I know obviously Salah hasn't restarted the season well, but it helps him. It should help him in the long run. Ease the pressure on him. He doesn't have to be assist maker, goal getter. He can just concentrate on the one thing. Even though his assist making this season and last season was brilliant, it gives him the opportunity to thinking, right, I can just be Deadly Mo again. Get the goals. You get what I mean? He hasn't started well. I didn't expect him to hit the ground running. I said this beginning of the season. He's coming to a new league, a physical league. It's going to take him time to adapt. And if you think about the first 3 games he's come up against, he's probably come up with about the 3 most physical midfields in the league he's going to come up against.
Yeah, true.
You get what I mean? Your midfield, like battered and bruised, get on with it. You've got Bournemouth who don't stop running. You get what I mean? And you've got Arsenal's like 3 linebackers in midfield. You get what I mean? So it's not going to happen overnight. I think you'll probably see him dazzle more in the Champions League than you will in the league for now. I think it'll take him a good probably 10 games in the Premier League before you start seeing see him really showing his stuff. I think the Champions League games, where it's a little bit slower, not so physical, I think that's where you'll see him sparkle.
Okay. Big up Double D in the building. He said hashtag next FC strike again. Boy, I think you'll find that we're next FC now. Yeah, I've got a little graphic about the next and all that. Angry Man says, can you agree that anything less than a Prem title is failure? We'll get to that. That's a good question. Good question. But what I want to ask, obviously, you've got Isak and Wirtz, right?
Yeah.
Does Isak outscore Salah, and does Wirtz get more assists than Salah this season? I put it to Liverpool fans in the chat as well, by the way. You know, what's your thoughts on that one?
I don't know, man. Salah's unnettable, man. He normally gets 20 goals. And I think that's a scary thought, man. That is a scary thought, because you know Salah, if he don't score, you know he's gonna end up bagging. And if people are concentrating on Isak, then Salah's gonna be free, isn't it? One of them's gonna be free. One of them's gonna have space. So to me, I don't care. I'm not gonna lie. I don't care which one scores the most goals. It's only when I don't care.
Many said Isak will score more than him, but he said Wirtz won't get the more assists than him. Yeah, I could probably subscribe to that.
I reckon Salah probably get more assists than Wirtz. I think Wirtz will get 10, maybe 15 assists this season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you can do that. If he gets up to speed, if he gets up and running with Isak in front of him.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Because
you can't.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And you can see his back that moment, his weight of pass is a bit too slow. And his timing is like he thinks he's got more time than he has. Like, you ain't got no time in the Premier League, man. It's like, take a touch and drop it off. You ain't got time to like dilly-dally on the ball, man. You're gonna get crunched by someone. You get what I mean?
But like Double D just said here, he said Isak's movement will give Wirtz more space, the catalyst to him settling. And I think that's a very good point. I think the link up between those two could be scary. Yeah, I don't think that the link up between Salah and Isak is going to be that prolific. Nah. But I think Wirtz and Isak, I think that could be very interesting.
You've seen the link up play between DK and Wirtz already, man. Them two are on a pretty decent wavelength already.
But okay, so I've Double D attested this. I'm calling Liverpool the new entertainers, isn't it? Like Kevin Keegan's entertainers. Like they were like a basketball game. You score 5, we'll score 6, kind of thing, right? Are you concerned about your defensive, say, frailties? Because you've conceded in 2 of the 3 games, right? You conceded 4 goals.
Yeah.
And Konate had a good game against Arsenal, but the previous 2 games not so much. He's got a sketchy injury record as well. The fact that you missed out on Gahey, because they're saying that would have been a 10 out of 10 window, right? Yeah. Are you concerned? You brought in that 18-year-old, is it Leone? I think that's his name.
Leone, yeah.
Yeah. Are you concerned about where you are defensively, or do you think you'll come good?
No, I'm not. Because remember we were talking offline. I said to you, Gravenberch wasn't playing in them 2 games. And you saw the difference he made in the Newcastle game, sitting in front of the back 2.
Yeah.
Everyone said we did concede 2 goals in that game, but them 2 goals were from set plays. They weren't actual running through our midfield like the Bournemouth game. And you saw again on Sunday. I know obviously Arsenal didn't really have the team to come out and play, but again, we still look solid defensively with Gravenberch in there and McAllister, because again, them 2 haven't played together this season. That was the first time they played together since Spurs, the 5-1 win. So I don't think we're going to be that thing. And again, I know you're saying about Konate's injury record, but again, last year he didn't get injured. The only reason he was injured last year is because of the bad tackle that what's his name, that young kid from Real Madrid did on him. Apart from that, he's fit for every single game. And that's one of the reasons we brought in Slot, because Slot's injury record is like 86% or something like that. So I think we're good. Joe Gomez is there. You saw what he did when he came on Sunday for that 12 minutes on his thing. Again, keeping him fit. So I don't think we're going to be entertainers. I think someone will get a thumping, but I don't think we're going to be as Leicester defensively as we were in the first 2 games. I think you saw on Sunday. We were pretty solid on Sunday. You get what I mean? You played against Arsenal with that what 6, maybe 7 players over 6 foot.
Yeah.
And we dealt with the corners, and that's what I'm saying. And everyone was saying Liverpool defensively off set pieces and corners are going to be in trouble. But realistically, how many clear-cut chances have Arsenal have for corners and free kicks in that game? And they're probably the best set piece takers in the league. Would you say?
Set piece FP?
Yeah. So
all right. So you obviously you made the fullback signings, Frimpong, Kirkes. You've got Mamardashvili as cover for Alisson and whatnot, and you've made some very good sales as well. Nunes, Diaz, Elliott, whatnot. So you've had a very good window, right? So you've given Newcastle 7.5. What would you give Liverpool?
I would say Liverpool would be an 8.5.
Yeah. Okay. Had you got Mark Gahey, what would you rate it?
That'd have been a 10.
Yeah.
That would have been a 10.
Okay.
Have 5 quality centre backs. You're getting probably England's best centre back in the Euros. 2 years ago?
Yeah. True.
Premiership proven as well. 24 years old.
Okay.
Solid, man. Because think about it, he comes in, he's putting pressure on Konate.
Yeah,
straight away.
100%.
And not just that, you're bringing in someone for the same price you got rid of a 20-year-old for.
Yeah, I don't know how you don't get away with this inflated prices, you know.
More experience, and then again that gives a chance to rest. What's it called, Van Dijk? So like, no disrespect, you're playing Leeds at home. Realistically, you don't need VVD for that game. Play Gurhey and Konate.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Give him a rest. So that's what I mean. That's why it would be a 10 out of 10 window. Not saying we can't do that now, because as long as if you keep Joe Gomez fit,
he can
come in for them sort of games. You get what I mean?
Why is Double D telling me Szoboszlai is the best right back in the Prem? Listen, you keep playing him there, yeah. You keep playing him there and see what happens, yeah. He's a good little temporary fix, but a long time. Angry Man said Liverpool got a 9 out of 10 window. Okay, cool. Many said certain man was screaming about Szoboszlai being at right back from last season. Yeah, all right, fair enough. But like I said, he's not a right back. He's not.
He's not.
But yeah, listen, you are obviously the favourites for the league title now that you've got Isak. Before that, and before you played on the weekend, Arsenal were made favourites, right? So let's talk about Arsenal's window, because their fans. It's funny because at first, when up until they signed Madueke, their fans were cussing. But then since then, Gyökeres has come in, Mascherano's come in, and Ede most notably has come in, right? So they've got them. They've got Zubamendi in. They got him very early in the window. Forget who else they've got. Norgard as well. Yeah.
Kepa. Yeah.
Up until the East, we'll talk about predictions anyway, but on the 90s, Mike, I actually predicted Arsenal to win the league. Yeah, because I said at the time they were the most balanced squad. What's your thoughts on their window itself? Like, first of all, let's start with Gyökeres. Right? I can't remember how much they bought him for. Your thoughts on him as a striker, how he started the window, and do you think he's gonna be a success for Arsenal this season?
I think he's a good striker. I don't think Arteta's not set up to use his strengths. So I don't think he's going to bang like a lot of Arsenal fans do. I've said this to a few people and people laughed at me. He's been brought in to bully the bottom 10 sides. He hasn't been brought in to do his bits against the traditional top 6 because Arsenal normally do well against them. It's the lower teams where they struggle. The Fulhams, the West Hams, them sort of teams, he's been brought into them sort of teams to bully and get goals in them games. So when they get their chances, they thump them teams, innit?
Yeah.
Like they did to Leeds. They beat them 5-0, done and dusted. You get what I mean? Where normally, because you think about it, the first 30 minutes against the Leeds, it was the same old Arsenal, wasn't it? It wasn't. It looked like it's going to be one of them games where they're going to get counter-attacked and Leeds going to be 1 or 2-0 up, something like that.
Yeah,
they got the set piece goal done well. Then the floodgates opened up. What's his name? captain came off injured. When Ranieri came on, and they looked like a different team. A lot more speed, a lot more 1-2s. They look free-flowing team. So that sort of them sort of teams, when he can just go up there, bully their defenders, and gets goal. Because let's get it straight, that goal we scored, that was Gyökeres, his goals, what you saw him doing. But against that defense, like, come on now, like, you're playing against Liverpool or Tottenham, someone like that, he's going to get crunched. He ain't going to be running around.
Yeah, you're not going to get that time to be doing that, bro, because
but
he's not that quick, bro.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's what he's been brought in for them sort of teams where Arsenal struggle to get goals. That's the sort of team when he comes in and he can bully them teams and get them goals, isn't it?
Yeah, but we'll talk about whether that's enough. But yeah, you're probably right, because obviously his record when he was at Sporting, you know, most of his goals came against the lower teams and stuff. Obviously, he did well in the Champions League.
Yeah.
Maybe that's their ploy, isn't it? Maybe, you know, against the bigger teams, they can do what they do, because this was their defeat against you was the first time they've lost against a top 6 team in 2 years or something like that.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? The way they approach games seems to work. Yeah. So to beat the low block against the lower teams, maybe he's the guy to bully them, whatever. And maybe they see that that's enough to get them over the line. But I'm not so sure that that's enough. I need to see him, because he's now played against Man United. He's now played against Liverpool, and let's be honest, he struggled. Like the lit handled him.
Yeah.
And you lot centre backs handled him. Konate handled him like ease. You know what I mean? So for me, he's got to show more. Whether he's match fit, don't think so. And I think getting used to the new league as well, like you say, the speed of it, the physicality, it's going to take him a bit longer. I don't think he's going to be a flop.
No.
I think he will score quite a few goals in it. But like I said, Arteta needs to start playing to his strengths.
Yeah.
And Arteta's a stubborn guy. Yeah. So it's like, but you bought him in. This is you lacked a striker for seasons. You've now got one. Play to his strengths, right? And if you play to his strengths and get the best out of him, gives you a better chance of winning that title. Because listen, we know how defensively solid Arsenal are, right? Yeah. And they can do the set piece thing as well. They've got a very good midfield. One of the top 4 or 5 in the league, if you on paper. So, and if they've strengthened in positions that they needed to strengthen, yeah. The Eze thing, yeah. What's your thoughts on the Eze signing? Because I think that's a very, very good signing. If Arteta allows him to have the freedom to play how he needs to play.
But he ain't though. Let's get it right. Look. Odegaard got injured, right? Odegaard's replacement is meant to be Ranieri, right?
Yeah.
So why did Ranieri start on Sunday? Because he's a free spirit, and Arteta's a control freak.
Yeah.
So look, don't get me wrong, Eze is a quality player. What did Eze have at Palace, or he's not going to have at Arsenal? They had a system built so he can have freedom. They played 3 at the back, and you had what's his name? Fullback, left wing back for Palace.
Mitchell.
Yeah. So you had Mitchell doing his running, right, up and down. So Eze had the freedom to cut inside, and who else did he have behind him? He's got Wharton, and what's his name?
Hughes?
Wharton, and he's been out for 8. No, not Sarr. The other midfielder, Hughes. Will Hughes. Will Hughes has got I don't know where he's getting all this energy from all of a sudden, man. The guy's turned around. He's been absolute quality. He's been absolute quality, man. You get what I mean? So you've got 2 workman midfielders behind you, plus the left wing back there. So you've got the freedom. You don't have to do what Martinelli does. Martinelli, I know he's dead. But what I'm saying, Martinelli gets up and down, helps out Califury at left back, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Are you going to expect an Eze to be doing that amount of running?
That can't run.
So he's not. So to me, he's coming to play left wing, innit? Because you're going to take over Odegaard's spot. He's coming to play left wing.
Yeah.
He should. No, he should. He should take over Odegaard.
Yeah.
But he's going to play left wing. So do you think him at left wing is going to cause any damage? Because of the work rate he's got to do. You get what I mean? So for me, it's a good signing, but it's only going to be a good signing if Arteta sorts out his formation, allows him to have freedom. If he doesn't get no freedom, it's just going to be another Martinelli.
Maybe he should have gone to Tottenham
He
You
should
never
have.
know.
But think about it. Like, I had a lot of Arsenal fans saying, "Oh, if we went for Isak, he'd come to us before Liverpool." No, he wouldn't.
No
No, he
chance.
wouldn't, because
No chance.
he wouldn't have the ammunition to get the goals like he would do.
Yeah.
He's not.
He might as well stayed at Newcastle if that's the case. You know what I mean? So it's
That's
like,
just what I'm saying. So you've seen it. You've seen Arteta on the sidelines from minute 1 to minute 96. The man's up there telling you where to be. Why do you have training? Why do you have training during the week? I don't get it, bro. If I'm playing, I'm gonna tell him to sit down and shut up. You've coached us all.
You're right.
You controlled us all week. You've trained us all week for this particular game. Why do you now need to tell us where to be every minute of the game?
let me some of these comments. Angry Man said Jokeris is gonna eat the in those games, get the small teams at home. Menace said he's garbage and true to Arsenal motto, just wait. Fair enough. Cav, typical Arsenal for the title. I feel it. Do you really, or is it just because it's your team? Like, do you genuinely believe you're going to win a title now that Liverpool signed Isak? Menace says title and Arsenal don't go in the same sentence. Fair enough. Was it 63 million they paid for Jokeris? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that pounds or euros?
Pounds.
Okay. So let's see if he outscores Walter Marder, innit? Just saying, innit? Just saying. Angry Man said, to be fair, D-Man, Arteta's tactics in these big games don't allow Jokeris to do his thing. He's starving. I agree.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Double D. Arsenal ain't giving a service that with the sideways football. True. Teams are well balanced, and now we have a quality backups. I think, well, that's a reason for you that are gonna to win the league. Then, yeah, you do have quality backups. And listen, I'm impressed with the business that Arsenal done, but it leaves Arteta with zero excuses. He has to deliver now. Yeah, no excuses. He has to deliver. Angry Man said Ranieri should have left this summer. He's an idiot for signing that contract. Listen, that's because he was crying out for game time, right? That's where the speculation came. And he said Arteta's promised him game time, but I don't see where he fits into this team under Arteta's system. I don't see Arteta giving him that game time or that freedom to express himself. Because he's talking about winning the Ballon d'Or in 5 years.
Not until he's a robot. Not until he's a robot. He ain't going to get in that team.
That's it.
And not just that, why did Dalman come on before him on Sunday?
Yeah, that's very telling.
That's very what telling. I mean.
Well, he said, Angry Man said that's why he got rid of Aubameyang.
Yeah.
He doesn't like the Eagles, man.
He doesn't like Mavericks. That's what it is. He don't like Mavericks.
Cav said, I'm waiting till November times. Only 3 games gone. No one is up to speed yet.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with that. I agree with that.
This isn't a hate Arsenal podcast. And like, listen, I tipped Arsenal to win the league. Yeah, so they better. I know me and Cav. I forgot what me and Cav's bet about who's going to score more. Was it attacking it? Whose front line is going to score more?
Front three, innit?
Okay, yeah. For those who don't know, me and Cav had this bet about the front three, who's going to score more, Newcastle, Arsenal, and I'm talking about anyone in that front three. Yeah. And in the Premier League, I still believe Newcastle will do it, but time will tell. But yeah, what would you rate Arsenal's window at 10 then?
Again, I would say between 7.5 and an 8, because that's what I was saying to Cav, and I said to most Arsenal fans. Majority of their signings are replacements. The only additions to their squad are Jokeris and Eze. All the rest of them are replacements, or like for like replacements. Players that left, they brought them in for the same position, maybe better quality, but the exact same position. But the only additions to the squad from last season are Jokeris and Eze, if you're looking at numbers wise. And what was their problem last season? Injuries and numbers.
Right. Okay.
So if you look at a number standpoint, they've added 2 to their squad.
Okay.
Jokeris and Eze additions, because all the rest are just like for like replacements. You get what I mean? They're good. Don't get me wrong. Like Mascara, you would say probably better than Tomiyasu.
Yeah.
But they say, like, obviously, was it Hepatike, whatever the hell you call him?
Yeah, whatever you call it. Yeah.
But basically, they're saying, he's brilliant, blah blah blah. He's coming for Kivior.
Yeah, yeah.
You get
Okay.
what I mean? It's like seeing like Zubimendi's coming for Partey.
But
Would you say?
maybe give with that then, maybe Arteta will trust his squad a lot more then. You know what I
Well,
mean? So
that's what he's got to do, though, isn't it?
yeah,
He should do that. But does he trust it more? Because word on Sunday, Saliba was injured in the warm up, and he still started
and
him.
he still started him. Yeah,
And how did Mascara come on when he played? He was brilliant.
yeah, yeah.
So
True,
so
true.
if you trust your squad, why risk Saliba?
Yeah. I mean, I'd give their window probably 8.5.
Yeah,
I think they've done well. I think it's one of the better windows that's been had by different clubs. But yeah, keep smashing the likes, people. Keep the comments coming in. They're very much appreciated. Yeah, just to summarize the other clubs there, some of the other big clubs. You've got Chelsea, Man United, and Spurs, right? To name a few.
yeah.
Impressed with Chelsea's business, or is it just typical Chelsea, just buying for buying's sake?
Yeah, typical Chelsea. I haven't really, apart from probably, I would say Pedro and Hato, because they needed
Oh yeah.
cover for Cucurella. Apart from them two, you wouldn't say anything else is outstanding. Apart from obviously that young Brazilian kid, he looks a player, Esteval. But apart from that, Gittins,
Jury's still out.
Jury's still out on him. Delap, don't think was a right move for him. I think that move came too early for him. And who's the other one? The latest one, Garnacho. You see what he did at Man United.
That I don't understand.
That's what I'm saying.
Understand.
And then what's it called? The centre backs out for the season. The ACL.
Cole.
Cole. Yeah,
Cole.
he's out.
Yeah.
And then obviously you still got the goalkeeper as a bit of a bozo. You get what I mean?
Yeah, I think they failing to address that situation.
Yeah, and they didn't address the centre back after Colwell got injured. So I've said this. For me, Chelsea are a cup team. I think they'll do well in the Champions League. They'll do well in the FA Cup and stuff like that. In the league, they haven't got the consistency. So I saw some stat that they haven't got over 80 points since Conte won the league.
Okay. Angry Man said, to be fair, Trevor Chalobah is very good for them. He's underrated in my opinion. Yeah,
he
good defender.
But if he gets injured, injured and it's a long season, and you saw what happened with, and this is what a lot of Chelsea fans don't realise. Last season, you were able to rest your whole team midweek in the Conference League so they could play on Saturday. You cannot do that this season. You saw what happened at Christmas last season with Maresca.
Yeah.
Ran out of ideas. The players are tired. They were second in the league. They could have gone top when they beat, I think it was Everton. I think they were playing. They could have gone top of the league and they dropped 4 or 5 points and dropped down the league. The year before with Leicester, the exact same thing happened.
Same thing, yep.
He was top of the league and he sort of bottled it and obviously got away with it. This year, he ain't got that choice of like, I can rest the whole team before Saturday's game. You got to play the full squad on Wednesday night, then Saturday. Wednesday night, Saturday. Regardless of the big squad they've got, he doesn't trust half them players, remember?
Well, this is it. And you know what? I was speaking to a couple of Chelsea fans and they reckon that the Palmer injury is a bit more serious than they're letting on. They reckon, they're saying day by day and that, but they think he's going to be out for some time. So if he's missing, I know they've got by without him in the last couple of games and that, but he's arguably their best player. And the link up that he was getting up with Pedro was starting to happen. Yeah, I think they need him back sooner rather than later. But listen, a lot of people have Chelsea as dark horses for the title. I think they'll they could get third place. I don't think they're better than Arsenal or Liverpool, but be interested to see how they do. Like I said, a cup team. A lot of Chelsea fans feel the same, that they've got a good chance of winning the Champions League. So
I think so.
What about Spurs? Because obviously Thomas Frank has come in. He seems to have done a very good job. People are waxing lyrical about him, the fact that he can change it tactically and how he's got the best out of Richarlison and whatever. Then they go and lose Bournemouth at home. They're like typical Spurs. But with the business that they've done, do you think that that's enough for them to challenge for a top 4, top 5 space?
I think so. They had a decent. Yeah, they had a decent squad before that. If you think about it, they got a decent squad. Again, Thomas Frank's a good manager. Javi Simmons is a good player. Again, probably needs time to adapt to a league, physical, quicker league. What's his name? Moani. Again,
I'm not convinced, but
yeah, he's hit and miss. Is he going to be okay? Is he going to hit the ground running? Thomas Frank.
I keep telling you about him. His career highlight is gifting Messi that World Cup. Yeah, that miss that he did when he should have squared it to Mbappe. Bro, that's him. Yeah, don't rate him.
Polina's a very good midfielder. I think that's really good business, really good DM. Probably important to keep Van der Ven fit. Jed Spence coming into his own. I called for it a while ago. I would have taken him at Liverpool to replace Trent. I think he's quality. I think
he's playing the left back at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, he's playing really well. Even though obviously against Bournemouth, he sort of like got made a mockery of himself. He had that thing on Instagram the week before saying, "Bring the next one, bring the next one," and then Brooks just schooled him against Bournemouth. Like, I know you're full of yourself, mate, but yeah, that you didn't shut him down. Didn't shut him down. But yeah, I think they'll do well. But again, Thomas Frank is going to be difficult because he's used to playing one game a week with Brentford, setting up for a team to play Saturday to Saturday, having that 7 days ready for getting his team ready for that particular game.
It's the debut.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, how are you going to handle the squad? Because remember, Spurs had a lot of injuries for the last 2 years.
Yeah,
they've had a lot of injuries. So how are you going to be able to handle that squad to play every 3 days? So that's going to be difficult. I think he'll do all right, but I think the Champions League, they could come unstuck in that because, again,
but they've got a favourable draw though in the Champions League. They've got a favourable, so I think it's just Bayern that they've got to play. So you never know; they could surprise a few in there. Speaking of Champions League, Cav asks, "Do you think Chiesa got hard done by getting left out of the Champions League squad?" You did explain about the whole situation with Rio.
Yes, it's basically Rio's hasn't been at Liverpool for 2 years, so he doesn't get signed up as I think it's like the A squad, of like under 18 A squad or something like that. So you don't have to register him on the actual 22-man squad. So because of that, they basically put Rio in instead of Chiesa. And look, let's get it right. The kid's up and coming. Chiesa's had 2 good cameos. Well, say 3 good cameos this season. Before that, everybody writ him off. No one said, "Oh, get rid of Chiesa." So let's have it right. He hasn't set the world alight at Liverpool. Rio's up and coming. So Slot's chosen him over Chiesa. At the end of the day, he's still going to be in the Premier League squad. He's still going to play Carabao Cup games. He's just not going to play Champions League games. And that could get reviewed come January.
True. Angry Man says, Spurs are Spurs. You don't expect much of Spurs. You don't get much of Spurs. Listen, the time may be turning with Thomas Frank. You never know. Just quickly then, Manchester United. Their fans were gassed when they started the window with Cunha. They got Mbeumo over the line. You know, they're talking about the great attack that they've got, and then obviously beating Newcastle to Benjamin Sesko. But they haven't really addressed their midfield or their keeper. Well, they brought in a new keeper. Whether or not he's any, I don't know. But Bayenda and Onana, absolute travesty of keepers. But do you think they've done enough for this window, or do you think they're going to continue to struggle? Because they've got no European football, but then they've been knocked out of the Cup. So they've just got the FA Cup and the Premier League. Do you expect them to do anything in this season?
No, because like you said, their fans got gas through their attack, but that was never their problem. Like, your problem is your midfield and your keeper, and you didn't address it until the last minute of the window. Yeah. So it just says it all. Like, you lose to Grimsby, regardless of the team you put out against Grimsby, you should have lost. Regardless,
100%.
They shouldn't have lost that game. But your midfield's so open. Like, once you get past, like, come on now, Bruno and Casemiro, no legs in that midfield. Bruno, no discipline. One simple 1-2 and you're past them. Like, let's get it right. Our midfield's going to bully him. Your midfield's going to bully him. And Arsenal's midfield's already bullied him. Look at Saturday's game. Saturday's game is a perfect example of how they've been all season. They have a good 20, 25 minutes. They should be 2 or 3-0 up. The team puts a little bit of pressure on them, and then they buckle. Burnley scored, and then that was it. You knew they were going to score again, Burnley.
Yeah.
The same way against, what's it called, Grimsby. They had like good 10, 15 minutes against Grimsby. Grimsby put it on them. That was it. Game done.
That's it.
Game done. Fulham, same thing. Fulham, they were good for 20 minutes. Then after that, Fulham got going. Done. So if Man United don't go 1 or 2-0 up in that first 20 minutes, game done. Because you know they lasted 90 minutes.
Let's talk about Sesko then. Because big up LH. He said Benjamin Tesco looks like we dodged the bullet. Big up your fellow Newcastle fans. So yeah, I agree. But what's your thoughts on him as well? Because obviously he's come for a big price tag. You know, he's been on the bench a few times. When he's come on, he hasn't looked that convincing, but he's still young.
Yeah.
Do you think he will be? Do you think he's going to have a successful season, or do you think it's more likely he's another Rasmus Højlund?
Number 9s at Man United is a graveyard, man. What number 9s have done well there in the last 10 years? Let's have it right, man. It's just I don't think it's the right move for him. It's not the right coach. I don't think Amrin probably wanted him. I don't think none of the Man United fans wanted him. They just wanted to put one up on Newcastle.
Yeah, I think that was
that's where it boils down to. They didn't need him. Let's get it right. They didn't need him. They could have used. I think he would have done better. He would have done better at Newcastle than he would at.
This is it. I think Eddie Howe could develop him. He could improve him, get work with him. You know, focus on where he's a bit raw and stuff like that. But with Man United, you're thrown in the deep end.
Yep, and expected to work straight away.
Yeah, that's it. Angry Man was saying their captain Bruno is rallying the crowd for Burnley at home on 3 p.m. Saturday kickoff in August. And Cav said they should have bought Emi Martinez. Yeah, I thought it was a shooting to go there. To be fair,
same man.
But okay, with Sesko now, do you think he outscores? I think Jokres or Wither this season.
No, not unless they get a new manager.
Do you think Amrin lasts the season?
No.
Their
next, I think he could possibly go in the next international break. So if I remember rightly, I'm sure they got Man City straight after the international break. Then it's Chelsea, and then I can't remember the next ones after that. So the next 3 games before the international break. Yeah, they got 4 tough games before the next international break.
Forest might be one of them as well. Forest or something like that.
Yeah, I think the next 4 international games before the international break, I think he could be in trouble. Because if you listen to his interviews after the game, every single interview sounds like he's like handing his resignation.
He's all over the place. He talks about sometimes I hate my players, sometimes this, and then talk about walking. Sometimes I want to quit. And bruv, what are you talking about, bruv? Just shut up. Like, get on with it. Like, I don't get it. But you listen. He's under pressure because he won't change his formation. He won't change his system. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, boy, I don't know. He's on thin ice at the moment.
And this is why Liverpool didn't get him. Yeah. Everyone's saying, all the Man United fans, he snubbed you. No, he didn't. Liverpool snubbed him because Liverpool said, are you sticking to this 3-4-3? He goes, yeah, that's my philosophy. I'm sticking to it. Liverpool said, okay, we don't want you because we ain't got the players for that. And we ain't buying players just to suit your system.
The only way I think he might last a bit longer because Man United did so much to get him mid-season. Yeah, remember, he wanted to come in the summer and they said, no, it's now or never.
Yeah.
So you can't just drag the man out of between to come now and then you're going to sack him in a year's time. You know what I mean? Like when you haven't fully addressed what you need to play your system.
But this is fan pressure, man. You know what Man United like, man. Look at Ten Hag. Remember they gave him the summer, got players in, and he was gone by October.
Listen, long may they suffer in it.
Exactly.
Who do you think's had the worst window of all the clubs?
I was going to say West Ham, but they got a couple of decent.
They started to kind of pull it out the bag a little bit
towards the end. And then I was going to.
I say Leeds or Fulham.
Yeah, even Brentford. They
But
lost a
Brentford
lot.
they've got Watara.
Yeah, but they lost a lot of players, though, innit? Think about
Yeah,
it.
true. They got
Visser.
Kelleher.
Yeah, but they lost. Wait, think about it. They lost Visser. They lost Mbuemo. They lost Norgard. They lost their manager.
Yeah.
And it's what? They got in Kelleher as basically a replacement for their keeper who went to Leipzig.
Yeah.
Not Leipzig, to Leverkusen.
Watara's in Bremo replacement.
Right. The Visser one, they didn't get the Visser replacement because didn't that guy pull out at the end? They were going
He
for
rejected it. Yeah.
Yeah. And Borussia Dortmund rejected their bid, that 45 million bid for their striker as well, didn't they?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, maybe they've had a shocking one. I don't think Leeds have done enough. I know their fans have started to be. I as much as I think Leeds are going. No, I think Leeds are going to. Did I say Leeds will stay up? I think I said they would stay up. I don't want Sean Longstaff to get relegated. As much as I wanted him gone, I don't. For him to go in and get relegated would be a shame. But like Double D said, honorary shout out to Sunderland's window. They bought very well.
Well, I don't know how they did it, man. Was it 11? Must be about 11 players they brought in.
They just, they weren't ramping. Like,
yeah.
But the thing is, they have to stay up. They have to. If they don't,
with the amount of money.
Yeah,
I think their home form might keep them up, though. I think the crowd will might keep them up.
Yeah. Them derbies are going to be interesting, though. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, was it Burnley didn't do a lot either, did they? Burnley.
No,
I'm thinking about the 3 teams that come up. Leeds didn't do much. They got what? Leeds got Calvert-Lewin on the 3.
Yeah,
Longstaff.
And I think they got one more, but that's for like chump change, I think.
Yeah, Burnley got what? The Brabka. And he signed what? Was it 2 or 3 from Chelsea?
Carl Walker
on Carl Walker.
Yeah.
Who else?
Yeah,
West Ham.
They picked it up.
Fulham got rejected quite a few on there.
They got one late on, didn't they? Fulham, or one or 2.
They got that one from.
Did you get one from Shakhtar?
Shakhtar, yeah. I thought that was a record signing. They got him.
Yeah, but they lost Pereira, innit?
Yeah, he's gone. Tyreek George fell like the last.
Fell through.
Through. I think Sterling fell through. Oh wait, Fig went to Brentford at last minute, innit?
Who?
Nelson.
He went to Brentford?
Yeah, on loan. I'm sure he went Brentford on loan.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. Reece Nelson. Yeah, Reece Nelson went on loan there.
Okay.
So yeah, they did all right in the end. Trying to think mid-table teams.
Wolves
got another striker in. They lost Semenyo though, didn't he? He went to Saudi.
Oh, did Nelson go Forest? Reece Nelson, did he go Forest?
Did Forest he went to? I'm sure he went to Brentford. I'm sure Reece Nelson went to Brentford. Because I know Forest got them 4 Brazilians from the same side.
Yeah.
And they got Shevchenko in the last minute as well.
Okay.
Yeah, they got Shevchenko. They got Shevchenko in the last minute as well. They obviously picked up Hutchison from Ipswich, and
Brentford.
And what's his name? They got thing from Man City as well.
McAtee.
So they did pretty well. Villa actually. Villa.
They've just got Sancho.
They got Sancho. They got Elliot from us.
Yeah.
And Lindelof.
That's a strange one to me.
And they lost Ramsey as well. So
they
didn't get a lot, did they? Really? Realistic. Oh, they got that French striker as well, didn't they?
Yes, you're right. Yeah.
So Villa didn't really have a good window.
Villa had a bad window. They're shopping in TK Maxx.
Yeah, they didn't have a good window. Yeah, you think about the size from last year.
Yeah,
in and around Newcastle, Villa didn't really have a good window.
We done all right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
so
thinking about it.
before we wrap up, then give me your top 4 and your bottom 3.
Top 4: Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, City.
Yeah.
Bottom 3.
Bottom 3, yeah.
Bottom 3: Wolves, Brentford, Burnley.
Okay. So from back to the bottom to top, I'm gonna say relegated. I'm gonna say Burnley, Wolves, yeah, Brentford. I think Leeds will just stay up. I think Sunderland will be fine.
Yeah, I think West Ham could be in and around it, but now they keep keeping
Paqueta,
yeah, they got that young.
That could be.
They got that young French DM as well now.
Yeah, they're pretty much sorted at fullbacks as well. So,
didn't they snatch Igor from Palace as well?
Yeah,
on loan. They snatched him as one loan as well, didn't they?
Yeah, so that they should be okay. Top 4. Okay, 4th. I'm gonna say is either City or Newcastle. Yeah, I'll probably say City just edge it. So City 4th, Chelsea 3rd. I want to be different and say Arsenal for the title, because I originally said Arsenal. Can they do it? I don't know.
If they had a different manager, I would say I'd be more worried. And that's no disrespect to Arsenal. I think they got a brilliant squad. I think, like you said, I think they got the best balanced squad in the league.
That's it.
But
it's
just Arteta. That's where it boils down to, because he hasn't. You've seen it in his first 3 games. You haven't seen that much different. I know it's only 3 games.
Yeah.
But it's not different from last year. You get what I mean? You've got all these
he's
weapons in your team.
So far, and he's still holding back. Yeah, and the thing is, had they got a result against you lot, I would have said they would have done it. So the only thing my question about you lot is your defense, in terms of if you get an injury, it could be a bit shaky for you lot. But you know what? I'm just gonna have to stick with Arsenal, because I said it. I'm just gonna have to stick with them. Yeah. If Liverpool win it, I just hope they don't run away with it like they did last season, because they're the only team sitting on 100% record already after 3 games. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing.
Oh wait, hold on. We didn't say anything on Man City's window.
I thought he was good until I saw them perform in the last couple of games, bro.
Yeah.
Like, don't wrong. Reinders, good player.
Yeah.
Cherky on his day, good player, but he's out for 2 months now, I think it is. I thought Haaland would be backfiring, but to me, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, are you leveling up a bit? Look, don't worry, he's still going to score a lot of goals, but I expect Isak to outscore him now. And I don't think he's going to be as prolific this season either. So, and it's that defense. They haven't fixed the defense. Donnarumma's come in, good, but then he's useless with his feet.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So, like, don't be wrong, you're never going to find another Edison. No. Yeah, it's like us trying to find another Isak. It's not going to happen. But come on, man. And penny for James Trafford's fault, because he rejected Newcastle to go there. Yeah. Now he's second choice.
That's what I mean.
It's going to be interesting if City's changed the way they play, because like John Donnarumma is not comfortable with his feet. So, and that defense is not as solid. So it's going to be interesting.
Rodri don't look the same either, and
he doesn't.
And you hear what his quotes after the game as well.
Yeah.
That didn't sound good, did it?
I'm not Messi. I can't just come back and restart winning.
Yeah, that didn't sound good, man. So City. Yeah, it's still the same problems. Still run through. And again, like, Pep's not utilising Haaland.
Yeah, he's not.
He's not utilising him like he did before, innit? When they first came. When he first came, he knew, play that ball in behind the defenders. He's there. He's going to score.
And there's no KDB now. There's no KDB.
There you go. Yeah. And Foden's disappeared.
Innit? That angry man said, "Man City are just joke when Pep is done it. He's done well. To be fair, he's done amazing. To be fair, let's be fair."
But but the thing is, like, if you look at the signings, are they actual Pep players? Like, let's get it right. Shirky, quality player, but he's not a Pep type player, is he?
But it's only a matter of time before they fall out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Same with Mamouche. Mamouche is not. Is he a Pep?
He's not. No, he's quality, but he's not a Pep player. He's not.
This is what I'm saying. It's like, are they buying players for after Pep? Well, you get what I mean? He signed a 2-year contract, but you're not bringing in players for him for these 2 years.
Yeah, but then I don't know. It's just, I think this could be Newcastle's best hope of breaking into the top 4 at their expense.
Yeah.
But
they're more Chelsea's. Right. They're more Chelsea's. If Chelsea could do well in the Champions League or something, then they could slide off from the league.
Oh, that's it. Angry Man said, "D-Man, I look at City's team on paper and it's so uninspiring now. Their quality has been nerfed. Look at their back 5 versus Brighton. It's genuinely Everton level." And Double D said, "Letting Akanji go is diabolical." Yeah,
right. Probably their quickest defender. I thought that is it Kuzanov? I thought he played well. I think it went to pot when he come off.
Yeah,
when he got subbed off, that's when they looked shaky. There was no speed. There was no speed in that back line, was there? When he came off.
And he's had 6 months to acclimatise to the Premier League, because he obviously had a shaky start when he come in. So maybe that performance would give him confidence moving forward, and maybe that could be, another one that could boost that back line and get some sort of solidarity.
But when you got what's his name, Lewis, and who's the other one? Nunes at fullback.
Yeah,
they can be got at, man. Especially Lewis, man. He just, as soon as you go anywhere near him, just move, just get off the ball, man. Give me the ball, man.
He's not the one, bruv. He's not the one. He's not the one. But listen, we'll leave it there. Thank you for all that joined. Thank you for the comments. Don't forget, share with your people, like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Help the channel grow. My first live on my channel, so hope you enjoyed it. I will be back soon, maybe Friday. I'm not so sure, but we'll see. Scants, thank you for joining.
Anytime, bro.
Anything you want to plug? I know you got the Red Pit podcast with Cav.
Yeah, me and Cav on the Red Pitch. Probably be a bit quiet this week because international break, but we should be back next week with a couple of videos. Might have a little conversation of how our players are doing over the international break. Fingers crossed no one gets injured. I know every fan doesn't like international football because you don't want no injuries. So yeah, I'll be keeping everything crossed that no one comes back from injury. So yeah, probably have a little chat next week about how a few of our players are on international break.
I wonder if Isak's going to make a statement as well, like a little press conference or something like that. We'll see.
Was it game? Is it Friday? Their game, isn't it? So press conference is probably tomorrow. So yeah, we'll see if anything's said.
Yeah. But now, big up, man. Big up for those in the chat. Appreciate it. And until next time, we're out. Peace.